Well, you got to look at it like this. There are a lot of politics that goes along with these television shows, and a lot of agendas. Now, when they were auditioning for the replacement for Skip Bayless, they were going through a whole list of candidates, and they were trying them out live on TV, and they brought in Will Kane. And I told you, I said Will Kane would be better for First Take than Max Kellerman when they brought Max in. Max is not opinionated. Max is basically someone who just reports and gives you his opinion, but he doesn't have a position. And when a person don't have a position, it's kind of hard to have a debate with somebody who don't really care one way or another about the subject. When you got Stephen A. Smith and then you have Skip Bayless. You know, Skip is passionate. He's rooted with the Dallas Cowboys. You know, he's passionate about Tom Brady. You know, he's passionate about Tebow. You know where Skip stands. So he's going to put his feet in the sand and defend. What is Max going to defend? Nothing. He's going to actually say, well, you know, you got a good point. Well, I just think this is that. People don't relate to that. And he sounds like he doesn't care. He's like he's giving you commentary or something. It's just going through it. It's a debate show. So it's like Stephen A. Smith is out on the island. So once I made a video saying this, I guess ESPN saw it. Or some people there and said, see, even Carcino thinks so. So they decided to change Max Kellerman up because it wasn't working. Then they brought in the screaming Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman screaming at the top of his lungs. I'm like, does that screaming does not like where do they think that works? Screaming is not passion. Just because he's talking louder don't mean he's passionate. He's just screaming now. Now it looks ridiculous. So they were still lost. But everyone remembered when Will Kane was on the show. And I told them in the video, Will Kane, as much as he was, is passionate about things. He at least appears to be. He's going to take a stand and he's going to be there. He's going to bite back at Stephen A. So, to me, Will Kane would have been a much better fit. And I think down the road, they understood that too, because now you see Will Kane inserted in the show because he's got to basically do what Max can't do. So, don't get me wrong. Max Kellerman is smart. He's very smart. But the smartest guy doesn't normally make the show great. You know, it's all about entertainment. And at this point, you got to be able to perform, baby. Got to be able to perform. Now, the show has changed to where they talk about a lot of different issues on First Take. They're allowed to get political. They're allowed to get into sports and everything else, which I'm shocked. I don't know if it was what the possibilities were, but if anything, Jamel Hill should have been able to, or should have been able to go to First Take if there was an opportunity for her to work there, because there you could be as political as you want, but she probably don't want to get up that early, and I don't blame her. So, that is what it is. But the show format is basically like this: Stephen A. Smith is BET, Max Kellerman is CNN, and Will Kane is Fox News. And they protect those elements when they come in there on the show. And it's funny if you watch the clips, because I'm never gonna watch the show. Not when I got Skip and Shannon. That's just not gonna happen. So if I got Undisputed on, there's no way I'm gonna watch First Take. It's like, why am I wasting my time watching them when I got Skip and Shannon? So that's not gonna happen. So anytime I see anything from that show, it's a clip. Since Skip left, I had no interest in watching that show. So now I'm not gonna say don't go on over there and watch Undisputed. I mean, you can make your own choice. Before Shannon Sharp sat in that chair, said one word. I told you what the show was gonna be about and what it was gonna be like. And Shannon has definitely lived up to his point of view. It lived up to the hype, to say the least. Now, the way I look at it, the way they keep going on this path, the show's got a couple of decisions it has to make it continuously go on. They kept bringing in a lot of guests on the show, fill up time slots. They bring in rappers, whoever has an album coming out. They need to keep bringing in different people to try to keep it interesting, because they realize Max don't have the strength, or people don't have a strength to listen to Max very long. And he kind of leaves Stephen A. on an island. They found a little comfort, like Stephen A's kind of filled him out a little bit from like how they should proceed. But other than that, like it's the hardest thing you could do is find chemistry. You got to have chemistry with somebody in order to make something work. Relationship, everything, conversation. So if you're on a show and the chemistry just isn't there because of the differentials or how somebody's style is, it's going to be very difficult to do. So Stephen A has really like found a way to make it work with Max's like monotone one level style. So at least they stopped him from screaming. Thank God. Because I'm like, this isn't working. With you making Max scream is just ridiculous. I feel bad for him. I was like, my God, they got Max screaming. I know he's ticked off. That he's even got to raise his voice and wave his hand like he really cares about this thing, and he really doesn't. He's just going to give you the facts and the stats. That's what he's always been, the facts and the stats type of guy. He's not a passionate fan of anything. So, with that being said, I'm out. Tell me what you think.